John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania showroom, and today we are going to go over the newest addition to our inventory, and that is this real nice piece of vehicle history here. This is a 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Now this car is in fact a real Mach 1. It's not a fake made up or whatever you want to call it, clone or any of those terminology that they use nowadays. It is a real Mach 1. It's actually a numbers match motor in this car also, and this is the correct Calypso coral color for the exterior paint for this car from the original purchase date. Obviously you can see as far as the car goes, it's got the matte black hood stripes here on the car. It also has the rear window louvers, black air dam, and the black trunk wing on the car as well. Along with that, the different options it's got, it is a power steering car, power brakes car with disc brakes on the front and drums out on the rear of the car. Other than that, we're going to walk around our car right now. We're going to point out to you, all the stuff that we see. And then obviously if you have any questions, you can call us or shoot us a text or shoot us an email. Again, we've already mentioned the color. All the bright work, chrome front and rear bumpers, those are in excellent shape. We'll see those as we walk around the car. Being that it is a Mach 1, you'll see it does have the Mach 1 moldings down here on the rocker here, that lower body molding. Again, all black, looks good, and it does have that Mach 1 badging down here. You do have the Mustang script emblems on both fenders as well. And up on the hood there, along with your black hood stripe, you do have the 351 emblems or badging up there as well in the decal. It does have the hood mounted turn signals or the hood scoop mounted turn signals, and those are functioning. Both mirrors here, both driver and passenger side, body colored sport mirrors here. As far as what we can see is the glass here, that's all looks good. It is a tinted glass, no chips or cracks there. All of your moldings on your glass and your rubbers and everything, those are all in good shape. Now of course the quarter window on these, it's not a roll down window, it just pops out here to allow the air to vent out through. So again, those are all functioning as they should too. The door handles, no pitting whatsoever there. Door gaps and elevations, you can see those to the front side as well as the back side. Again, pretty uniform for this car. Nice and straight down the side. Elevations with the front fender and your rear quarter panel here all fall right in line with everything. And again, all the body lines are all matching up on this car. Now we'll open up our door, take a look at the interior. So first, it's a little bit of a mouthful here, but you'll notice that the interior here, the upholstery, this is the black Clarion knit Corinthian vinyl upholstery on this car. That is exactly what it was called. That's the option for it. And you can see the upholstery is just in phenomenal condition on this car. Carpeting, same thing. Black carpeting, no rips, tears, or fading in that. As far as your dash, you can see how nice that whole dash is. The dash pad, the top itself, all in excellent condition, all black. You can see the wood grain insert for your gauges, the wood grain steering wheel, even your center console there, which is a 4-speed center console, wood grain inserts there, and also on your door panels here also. Again, all in great shape on this car. All the seat belts are present too, so your front belts, rear belts, those are all there. Gauges, you've got the 120 mile an hour speedo in here. As far as your shifter, again, as I said, this is a 4-speed manual. It's the 433 4-speed manual. Does have the Hurst shifter arm in there, along with the white Hurst shift ball on there with the correct pattern on it as well. Now this car is radio delete. It does have the panel in there. You've got your factory heater controls and so forth in there as well. But again, everything looks great in this car. Now as far as your weather stripping here and seals up around the top side here, all in excellent shape here. No rips or tears in any of the seals. You can see the door sill plates look good. Even your weather stripping along the door here, and the little rubber bump stops here on your door, all present and all in great shape here on this car. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the other side when we get there. But again, door shuts nice and easy, nice and flush here too, doesn't stick out or anything. So everything's been adjusted very well on this car. Now wheels and tires, we'll look at those right now. So obviously you see this has the Magnum 500 style wheel on it. They are the steel chromed wheels, 15-inch all the way around. And these are BFGoodrich Radial TA tires, all four the same size, 235/60 R15s. Treading, again, everything on those is in great shape too. As I mentioned earlier, we've got those rear window louvers here in black. They are in great condition. The rear trunk spoiler also here in black and in great condition. As you see the tail section of the car here, you see more of the black striping on the back end of the car here. Of course, you've got your Mach 1 badging back here. And then as far as taillights and bezels, in excellent shape. All of the shiny areas nicely done, no pitting whatsoever in that. The actual lenses nice and smooth, no chips or cracks in that. Of course, on your tail panel you have this nice the honeycomb design on that rear tail panel cover. Of course, you've got that Mustang gas cap there also. Nice chrome back bumper. As far as your rear lower valance, of course, your backup lights are mounted down there, and you can see the exhaust pokes through that lower valance there also. Looks real nice and neat, tucked up like it is. Now we'll go ahead and open up our trunk lid here, show you down inside the trunk. So we'll grab the right key. Okay, so you see the key does work, the trunk latch itself works. Now I am going to hold the trunk lid up here slightly because again, with that rear trunk spoiler on the back there, that wing, it's a heavy piece. So it does weight down that trunk lid a little bit. Other than that though, you see the underside of the trunk lid here, all painted that same Calypso coral color as the exterior of the car. All of your weather stripping here, this looks to be all new stuff here. Looks really nice, no rips or tears in any of that. Of course, you've got your instructions here for your spare tire. Full-size spare in here, also mounted down with the correct hold down. Got the trunk mat in there, which is in great condition also. All this car, you can see, it's just been, you know, done over and nicely done. The work that's been done here, super nice. You can see all of your rain gutters here too. Those are all in great shape. So again, once this trunk lid's shut with that nice seal there, it's going to seal up nice from the outside elements. You should never have any water inside that trunk. We'll close this up. Again, it shuts nice and easy. And again, the trunks on these are pretty small as far as the lids go anyways. You do have quite a bit of room inside, but the trunk lid itself, nice and small. You can see all of your gaps and your elevations the whole way around on the trunk. Everything matches up really well. Again, you can see now from the back side, those rear window louvers, nice and straight. They got the proper arch in them. All of your hardware too on all of them, all in really nice condition. Now we'll come over here on the passenger side. Again, the body panels on this car are nice and straight the whole way up through. We've already gone over wheels and tires, so the next thing we'll do is just stop here at the passenger side door, look at our gaps here to the back side, as well as the front side. Again, very uniform. Elevations with the fender and quarter panel are very nicely matched up here. As far as your glass goes on the passenger side, again, no chips or cracks here. You can now see the passenger side mirror. Again, body color, sport mirrors here, both sides. Again, the cladding on the bottom here, matching the other side. It's in great condition as well. We'll open our door up, take a look at the passenger side now. And again, you'll just take a look at how well the interior really does look in this car. Absolutely no rips, tears, or fading in the upholstery, carpeting, anything. No cracks in the dash. Everything shines up really nice in this car and looks great inside here. Again, all of your weather stripping and your seals along the top edge here where your glass all comes in contact with, All of that is very nice stuff here. No rips or tears in any of that. Again, all of your trim and moldings here on the car are all in great condition here. Door shuts easily. All of your drip rail moldings, those are in great shape. Your rain gutter here, nice and smooth through there also the whole way around. Of course, the fender mounted antenna there, the matching Mustang script on the fender. We'll come around the front side now, and that way we get to see that 1970 front nose now. So on the front here, this is your grill. Grill's in great condition here on this. No cracks or anything broke on this. All intact, good and solid. You've got your directionals or your parking lights here. These are in great shape. Lenses, no cracks or chips in any of those. Of course, your headlights, just your sealed beam unit, glass lenses. The glass lenses are in great shape too. Chrome bumper here, no pitting whatsoever on that. Down below you see that black rear lower valance or air dam. That is in very nice condition on this car. Of course, along the leading edge here of your hood, you've got the bright work here also, which is in great shape. Like I said, this is your steel hood. You've got the fiberglass hood scoop here on top, which is stock. That is what the Mach 1 came with. Your matte black striping here on the hood. 351 designated here on the hood as well. And then in behind your hood scoop here, that's where you have your marker lights there too. Whenever you turn the turn signals on, you'll see those flashing there, and they do work. Now again, with the Mach 1, this has the twist hood locks on it. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to twist those, unlock the hood, and then we're going to go underneath and talk about the driveline on the car. So again, with the hood up, you can see the underside, the insulation underneath the hood here, all intact, all tied up here the way that it should be, and you can see no rips or tears or pieces of it hanging down. You're not going to see that with this car. Too nice. In the engine compartment here now, you're going to be looking at, this is the original correct numbers match 351 Cleveland motor for this car. And again, when you look at it, it's pretty much going to look stock, you know, factory the way it did. You've got the factory air cleaner up on top with the correct decal work here. You've got the cast intake, the painted valve covers here, the powered by Ford valve covers. Those are all there. All of your hoses, radiator, heater lines, all of that stuff, all dry and all in great shape. And again, they tried to keep it as factory and as original, it looks like, as possible underneath the hood here. Factory style radiator here with the shroud, 4-blade steel fan there to help cool everything down. As I mentioned, it is power steering and power brakes here. And all of that you can see is in great shape. All the belts, everything in tremendous condition on this car. As far as the ignition system, it does have a Mallory distributor in there. It's got, let me look here real quick as far as the wires go. Looks like it's a set of Jegs 8mm plug wires. So that's going to help deliver a little better spark along with that distributor and so forth. To the motor, get you running a lot better there, more efficient too. So behind this motor, we've got the 433 4-speed manual transmission, and then as far as the rear end goes, it is a 9-inch Ford rear housing. It's got the 350 gearing in it. So again, we've already been through the outside of this car now, pretty in depth. We do want to mention we have the Marti report for this car. So if you're interested in a car and you end up buying it, you are going to get that Marti report along with the car to verify all the stuff that we've just been over. All right, so we have our 70 Calypso Coral Mustang here, fastback up on the lift. This car is immaculate underneath here. I'll just start off by saying that. So we're going to do it like we always do. We're going to go through this car from front to back, tell you exactly everything that we see underneath here, from driveline to frame, floor, steering, suspension, wheels, and tires. We're going to go through it all right now for you. So on the front of our 1970 Mustang Mach 1, we've got pretty much your typical front suspension here. But again, everything's in great condition here. So upper and lower control arms, these are just going to be your stock stamped steel components. Everything is in great shape, all nice and straight. Bushings at the frame where everything mounts up, those all look good. Ball joints, everything is in great condition here. And you can tell everything's been greased and maintained very well over the years. Now as far as the rest of the front suspension, of course, with these Mustangs, you've got the strut rod style front suspension. So your strut rods themselves, nice and straight. These bushings out here, those are in great shape. They're not squashed, they're not split, dry rotted, anything like that. They all look to be fairly new and in great condition on this car. Also, we have the front sway bar on this car. The frame mount bushings as well as the sway bar end link bushings are all in great shape on this car. Even the brake line hoses here that I'm looking at right now, those are all new on this car. So again, you're not going to have any kind of leaks or anything there. Everything's super on this car. Steering, it is power steering. All of our tie rods here, these are in great shape, nice and straight. They look all new, as a matter of fact. All your little rubber dust boot covers on all 4 of the ball joints here, those are intact, and you can tell again everything's been greased and maintained very well. Your pitman arm, your drag link, all that stuff in great shape. Brakes on this car, power brakes as well. We've got disc brakes on the front, drums out on the rear, along with the parking brake is all hooked up and all functional on this car. Wheels and tires, let's go all the way out to the ends here. This car has the steel Magnum 500 style wheels on it. They are, these are 15-inch wheels all the way around. And as far as the tire sizes go, they're BFGoodrich Radial TAs first off, treads in great shape, 235/60 R15s on all 4 corners. So again, that makes rotating of the tires very easy. Just move them front to back on the car. Don't have to worry about different tire sizes on it. We'll move in now and we'll talk about the drive line here. That's where it kind of gets, you know, to all the important stuff really. Not that the other stuff isn't, but the motor in this car. 351 Cleveland, and it is the original numbers match motor for this car. Behind that, we've got the 433. This is the 4-speed manual transmission here. Transmission, the oil pan on the motor, everything is nice and dry underneath here. It even has the cover on the front side of the bell housing to help protect your flywheel there against any dirt and debris getting in there and possibly chipping a tooth. Even your seal here, your input seal here where your drive shaft slip yoke slides into, that is nice and dry also on the car. Drive shaft itself, it is balanced, of course, and that's definitely going to help against any kind of vibrations that you may find in the drive line. And as far as the rear end, this is a 9-inch Ford rear end. It's a 350 gear ratio in here. Now, as far as the rear suspension goes, since we're back here, we've got the multi-leaf rear suspension back here, set of gas charged shocks, just regular shocks back here. And then this car, looking back here, and I believe, yes, it does have the sway bar back here also. Now again, this is probably kind of like original equipment for this car. It's not like a super heavy duty or anything, but it's probably the factory sway bar. And again, all your bushings at your frame, as well as down by your rear axle here, the axle carriers and so forth, those are all in good shape too. So as we look back through this car here, as far as the frame and the floors, even some other things which I'll point out here real quickly. The frame, the floors are all very lightly undercoated. Okay, this was done prior to us getting it, and it's very uniform the whole way back through the car on the floors and the frame. Also, you're going to get that same texturing on not only your drive shaft, but they've done it here on your bell housing for the transmission too. So again, when you look at the car underneath, everything is a uniform texture. It's not heavily done, very lightly done, and it looks great underneath this car. As far as the condition of the frame and floors, excellent. That's all I can say on this car. The floors, you can look and see how nice these floors are. There's no patching. All of your rubber drain plugs are all intact where they should be. It's just a phenomenal car underneath here. And then as far as the exhaust system, that's about the only thing left we have to go over. And that's going to be dual exhaust starting up at the manifolds here at the motor. Of course, nicely done exhaust. They've got it routed really nice underneath here, and it all looks really good the way it's done. Coming back to a set of dual mufflers. Now these are probably just like a set of dual like turbo style mufflers. Of course, we've got the correct style of tailpipe that goes up over top of the rear end housing, and then straight out the back. The rear lower valance is cut out so that the tailpipes kind of stick through that rear lower valance. Nice set of oval slash cut chrome exhaust tips to finish that all out. The fuel tank itself, stock fuel tank, but that looks new too. It's in great condition. All of your fuel lines all run nice and neatly along the bottom of the car here. All of the brake lines, same thing, run nice and neat. As I mentioned, the brake line hoses up front, those are new. You can tell the brake lines going to either side of the rear brakes, those are new too. You can just tell it looks like it's probably stainless lines back there as well. Other than that, that's pretty much it for underneath here. There's a lot to go over, but it's just, again, it's just in phenomenal condition underneath here.